everyone for some more of my Westerlo career mode for FIFA 22. And we are going to be taking on Napoli here in the semifinals of the Champions League, which, by the way, I am going to sim this first leg with my first team just to see how they perform. Which you could see Victor Osimhen is one of the top goal scorers with 6 goals, 2 behind leader Jamie Vardy, whose Leicester side happens to be playing in the other semifinals against Wolves, so that should be interesting who we're going to be playing in the next round. I'm secretly hoping for Wolves. Watch, it'll probably be Leicester, but before we continue on, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. And as far as Belgium is concerned, that is not a concern to me. We pretty much we have these games ahead against, 2 games against Saint-Gilloise. We got this game against Club Brugge, and we got this game against Royal Antwerp. But they mean absolutely nothing considering we've already clinched the cup. So, but without further ado, I am going to sim this with my first team. Hopefully I have my first team up here, which I do. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Just in case I get it. The only reason why I do that is just in case I get any injuries. But anyway, you can see they got Paul Pogba in center mid. That's an interesting signing. Insigne, Osimhen, and Chucky Lozano for front 3. They still got Koulibaly. Of course, this is early on in FIFA 22. This was before I got the update, so... Which I have not updated this since... I don't know when, but of course Koulibaly now is... Wait, Koulibaly was bought this season. What am I talking about? I'm sorry, but anyways, he no longer plays for Napoli. That's the point I'm trying to make. But he is a Chelsea man now. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and quick sim this at the Het Kuipje. And we get the 2-1 win. Timo Werner opens up in the 18th minute. Paredes gets an equalizer 20 minutes later. And Caicedo, and I knew there was a good reason why I didn't want to drop this guy. He ends up getting us the game winner 1 minute from time. So we go into Naples with a 1-goal advantage. The Wolves and Leicester City game wasn't have played yet. There was no score update. Let me just see. Nope. Let me just go ahead. And by the way, I forgot to mention this. This will be the penultimate episode of this career mode. And no matter what happens, the next episode will be the finale. But anyways, let's look at the Champions League now. Let me see who has the leg up in England. Yes, and Wolves, assuming they don't blow this lead, it looks like we could potentially be facing Wolves in the Champions League final, but first we have to worry about ourselves. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and sim these remaining games in Belgium. They no longer mean anything to us. So we are going to go ahead and save. Quick sim this. And we get the 2-1 win. Marino and Akpiner with goals. Not that it really matters in the grand scheme of things. Like I said, we already got Belgium pretty much done and dusted. But we're going to go ahead and sim ahead here. This game against Napoli. Let me see if there are any players on yellow cards. Doesn't look like there are, so let me go ahead and save once again. Let me go to team management just to be sure. But I don't think I have anybody that's on risk of suspension. Yeah, I don't want to play with those kits. Let me change kits. I want to put my traditional kits on. There we go. We'll put on Napoli's alternate kits. Which I should say, I know this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but the generic crest that they gave Napoli in FIFA 23 because they lost the licensing to the team, their crest actually looks better than this crest, if I'm being honest. And the generic crest that they gave for Napoli is a shield shape, but it has a horse on it. Kind of looks like a knight on the chessboard. But the way that it looks just looks fantastic, in my opinion. And that is one of the few times where it actually doesn't look like freaking Microsoft Paint. And it's definitely more exciting than the generic circle with the N that Napoli have in real life. I know it's iconic for the club, but it just, I don't know. Maybe I should just stop talking, but yeah, I just wanted to say that I like the unlicensed crest more than the current one. That's basically what I'm trying to say, but without further ado, clear skies at the Stadium Olympic. We do have the 2-1 advantage over Napoli. You see Timo Werner, the featured player here. But here we go. The winner of this takes on either Leicester City or Wolverhampton Wanderers for the right to be in the final. I wonder what stadium we're going to be playing at in the final. Where was the final at this past year? Oh, it would be at the Parc des Princes. And we are playing against Wolves if we do win this game. Wolverhampton Wanderers will be in the Champions League final, so that is definitely good news. You see Timo Werner and Martin Odegaard. Napoli gets things kicked off here. And it's nice seeing them in the Champions League final, considering in real life they're in relegation trouble at the time of recording this. And it's Mikel Merino, the former Newcastle player. Been one of our best players so far this season, without a doubt. How many goals does he have in this competition? That's his first goal. So GG's to Mikel Merino. It's a shame as a Newcastle fan that I only got to enjoy, well, myself and other Newcastle fans really only got to enjoy one season with him. Could you imagine a midfield of freaking Joelinton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Mikel Merino? Oh, that was my fault. I was too busy talking, but yeah, could you imagine a midfield trio of freaking Joelinton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Mikel Merino? And that would work too. Because you could get either Joelinton or Bruno that can play further up, and you get the other one that can play deeper alongside Merino. Pulisic. Not a good cross. I don't know who that was, but good job keeping it alive. Too bad that Odegaard was offside, but kudos to whoever that was trying to keep that play alive. I don't know what kind of first touch that was from Werner. But I'm not just saying this because I'm an American, but I really think Christian Pulisic could do wonders at Newcastle. And at the time of recording this, Newcastle were actually higher up in the Premier League table than Chelsea, despite Chelsea spending millions upon millions on new players. Chelsea spent more than Newcastle this season, but yet we hear about Newcastle because of the Saudi takeover, but the thing is, though, Newcastle's doing it without most of their main signings because Alexander Isak is still... He's going to be out to... Nice goal by Timo Werner. But yeah, Alexander Isak, the record signing of, I believe it was either between 60 to 70 million euros. He's going to be out until after the World Cup, and for them to continuing having form, that's excellent for Newcastle. But I feel bad I'm talking about Newcastle. I'm doing a Westerlo career mode, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and jump to the results. They do get a goal back to Ozyman. Koulibaly got injured. Twanzebe had to come on for him. Luckily, none of our guys got it. Hopefully, Jimenez and Marino are not suspended. But anyway, we also won 5-2 aggregate along with Wolves. So ourselves and Wolves won our ties 5-2 on aggregate. We will be facing each other in Paris in the final episode of this career mode. Please tell me there are no suspensions. Okay, I didn't think so. Usually if there's somebody on the brink of suspension, they have a yellow card icon by their name, but luckily that wasn't the case. But anyway, we're going to sim this game against Club Brugge. And I'm just going to sim the rest of these games on camera, just because this episode would be too short if I don't. Pulisic, we got much bigger games ahead. I can't believe he's already grown by 4 in just a half a season. Club Brugge bottom of this group, surprisingly. We are still 29 points ahead of second place Royal Antwerp, our arch rivals. I'm just going to go ahead and quick sim this. It ultimately doesn't matter. If we get a 0-0 draw, Dost and De Schmidt pick up yellows. Werner came on for Wouters. Oh, let me change my starting lineup here real quick. This will be my starting 11th final game before the Champions League final. Be simming this game once again against Union Saint-Gilloise. Once again, we're going to save. We're going to quick sim this. If we pick up a 3-1 win, Pulisic, Werner, and Adams with goals. Undorf gets a consolation for them. Actually, he equalized for them before Werner and Pulisic pulled ourselves ahead. Lauvers came on for Marino, and De Schmidt came on for Caicedo. So, De Schmidt getting quite a bit of game time. But we're going to go ahead. Okay, top goal scorer, Aiden Wouters. 19 goals in 30 matches with 3 assists. And that's just in the Pro League. I can just imagine what he has in the Croaky Cup and the Champions League, which we'll find out in the next episode when we end things. But we are going to go ahead and sim further ahead against Royal Antwerp. Why is it taking so long? Okay, that was weird. And I just realized De Schmidt is higher rated than Caicedo. So you know what I'm going to do? Caicedo's been good, though. Yeah, I got a decision to make. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead, sim this game before we end the video. This will be the final game of the league. If we finish with a 2-2 draw, Samata getting an equalizer 5 minutes from time. Werner coming on for Wouters, and he ends up scoring a goal. Nufa, a right back, ends up scoring. Balak Vischer with the other goal for Antwerp. But that is where we are going to call it for this episode. Golden Boot winner, Eden Wouters. 19 goals, 3 assists, and 31 appearances. I'd say that's pretty darn good. Any of our guys in there? Nope. Westerlo still invincible season. That's what I like to see. But yeah, next time I'll see you guys, we are going to the Champions League final. I have some let me just see here real quick. Kind of want to put Alvarez in for Van Acker. And I kind of want to put on De Smet in for... I'll just leave him on the bench. I'll just leave the starting 11 for the Champions League final. But at some point, I will put De Smet and Alvarez on there. But I'm going to go ahead and sim to the Wolverhampton game, which will be the Champions League final, which will be the final episode. Or should I say, is going to be the final game of this career mode, as well as the next episode will be the final episode. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to playing against Wolves, and I'm so glad to see them in this kind of position, considering where they're at in real life. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far, and I'll be seeing you guys again next time.